Did you know that a real-life princess helped to get Star Wars greenlit, saving it from oblivion? In return, she was gifted the very first set of Star Wars action figures ever produced. Grace Kelly, one of the most famous and beautiful movie stars of all time, was at her peak in the mid-1950s, starring in classics such as High Noon, Dial M for Murder, and Rear Window. Kelly decided to cut her career short to marry Prince Rainier of Monaco. Surprising everyone, she left Hollywood behind her in 1956 to become a princess. After years of living in the international spotlight, Grace became disillusioned with royal life. Missing the creative outlet she used to enjoy with acting, she planned her return to the movies. Alfred Hitchcock offered her the lead role in his 1964 movie, Marnie. Grace accepted, but the opposition from the citizens of Monaco was fierce. They made it abundantly clear that they didn't want to see their princess act in a Hollywood movie. Grace was forced to withdraw. She instead dedicated her free time to other creative pursuits. In 1976, she was invited to join the board of the 20th Century Fox Film Corporation as one of its first female members, a role she readily accepted. It was an excuse for her to visit Hollywood on occasion and to reconnect to the film industry again. Around this time, George Lucas was hot off the heels of his 1973 hit, American Graffiti. He began working on his next movie, an epic swashbuckling space opera titled The Star Wars. Lucas pitched the movie to every major studio in Hollywood. It was a movie out of its time. No one was making science fiction anymore. None of the studios showed any interest and swiftly turned him down. All of them, that is. But one. The only studio head that took interest was Alan Ladd Jr., the head of 20th Century Fox. Impressed with Lucas's American Graffiti, Ladd believed in Lucas enough to give him a shot. However, the rest of the board at Fox was not so easily convinced. They believed this far-fetched Star Wars movie had much too high a budget and that it would flop at the box office. Ladd needed a majority vote to greenlight the film. It was a dead heat. Half the board voted in favor to greenlight Star Wars, the other half against. All eyes turned to the newest board member, Princess Grace, for the deciding vote. It was a tense moment. The princess was indifferent to the movie, but not wanting to obstruct any film from being made, she decided to remain silent. Her silence was seen as a vote in favor by Ladd, and Star Wars was given the green light.
20th Century Fox and George Lucas, the man who brought you American Graffiti, now bring you an adventure unlike anything on your planet. Star Wars this summer.
Star Wars went on to become one of the biggest movies of all time. After the successful opening of the movie in 1977, the chairman of Kenner Toys, Bernard Loomis, was visiting Los Angeles. While another 20th Century Fox board meeting was in session, Loomis barged into the boardroom to show off the very first set of Star Wars action figures, right off the factory floor. With the movie's huge success, they were the most hotly anticipated toys to date. A raffle was held. The winning board member would receive the coveted first-run toys to keep, but Loomis knew who he wanted to win. He rigged it so that the princess won. She became the world's first owner of a set of Star Wars action figures.
A little short for a stormtrooper?
Huh?
The toy line would go on to become one of the most successful in history.
It's Kenner's new Star Wars action figures, each sold separately.
I got you now, Ben Kenobi.
Princess Grace passed away in 1982 after an automobile accident. The Star Wars figures she won that day in 1977 are probably some of the rarest toys and most valuable collectibles ever produced. Today they would be worth a fortune. As to where those toys are now, it remains a mystery.